say what needs to be said, where we say what needs to be said, so you can say what needs to be said. It's Mr. Pick Six, Asante Samuel. We in the building, Monday Night Football, baby. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, man. Let everybody know we saying what needs to be said over here. No filter over here, baby. We don't have a bias towards any team, player, anything, baby. We just speak from the heart and how we feel and what we see. Most importantly, baby, how y'all feeling tonight? I'm feeling good, as you can see. Monday night, week 3 is a wrap, baby. What freaking Monday night of football was. It was 2 games and a lot of disappointment. I can't say a little bit, a lot of disappointment. Out of 2 games, that's 100% disappointment from one team in each game. Simple as that. Simple as that. When y'all come in, make sure y'all holler at me. You know, say what needs to be said. Make sure y'all like, comment, and share the screen. Share the live, baby. Let everybody know Mr. Pick Six in the building. I got a special guest coming up Wednesday for y'all. Yes, we're going to be doing some live interviewing with some legends, Hall of Famers. You know what I mean? Over 100 interceptions on a show, baby, in one room, talking football. You understand? So like I said, I got a nice show for y'all coming up Wednesday. Legendary Hall of Famers in the building, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Can't forget, man, how y'all doing tonight? Monday Night Football is a wrap. Y'all come on in, man. We got to talk some football. We got to figure out what's going on with the Bengals. Obviously, Bengals are 0-3, and it's not looking good at all. They don't have any recipe for victory. No success over there. Y'all come on in, man. Y'all talk to me. How y'all feeling tonight? Monday Night Football. Let's get into this thing. Let's get into it. Monday Night Football. First game of the night. Bills versus the Jaguars. And this is a disappointing game right here. Let me tell you, the Jaguars, what is going on with the Jacksonville Jaguars? Mr. Duval. And let me tell you, man, Josh Allen just took over. It was the Josh Allen show tonight. How he took over this game from the beginning to the end. Josh Allen did his thing. Mr. Superman is back. And with his arm strength, size, and athletic ability, Josh Allen can be extremely hard to stop on so many different levels at so many different times. Obviously, he doesn't get much credit for this game and beating up on the Jaguars, but this is how I want to see Josh Allen look every week, every game, because he's that type of player and he has those type of abilities to take over games with the arm size and athletic ability. And tonight was an MVP performance, and he can do that every weekend. He can do that each week, every game. There's no reason why Josh Allen shouldn't be going out there executing and performing like this each week. He's about 6'5", 260 pounds. He could throw the ball 80 plus yards, and he could damn near run over the whole defense. He's just as big as everybody, and he can run. He's a big fella. And they're gonna be hard to deal with in the future. The freaking Buffalo Bills, as they've always been, but it's a difference this year. We're gonna get into that, but we got to give a shout out to Damar Hamlin, you know, with his first career interception. And let me tell you, what did I tell y'all about when you get that interception? You get that interception, you better hope the offense goes and scores the next series. So your highlights can be on ESPN, because if they don't score, that interception is in vain. It didn't mean nothing. You won't see your highlights nowhere at no time, not on NFL Network, not on ESPN, because there won't be nothing to talk about. They won't have anything to talk about or bring up a story with your interception. So you better hope and pray. You're going to put some pressure on them. When you get that ball run up the court, y'all need to score. Y'all need to make this turnover count, god dog it. You know what I mean? So shout out to Damar Hamlin, man. And that is a story right there. That was a story right there, Damar Hamlin. You know what I mean? You know? What's up? Yo, Jayden Daniel. We're going to get into Jayden Daniel, man. Jayden Daniel did his thing, man. Yeah, man. So, but, Yeah, Josh Allen and the Bills, they were scoring at will. So after DeMar Hamlin get his interception, like I said, score a touchdown, boom. Now you're going to see DeMar Hamlin all over ESPN and everything. And we continue to witness history with DeMar Hamlin. So I got to bring him up and highlight Mr. DeMar Hamlin. He made it to say what needs to be said. And we can never forget he came back to life in front of the world on national television, doing what he loved, playing football. That's what everybody say, right? Do what you love. And he's doing what he loved. He came back to life in front of everybody, and he's doing what he loved and making it count. And this will always be inspiring to the world all over. The people that know this story get to meet him, shake his hand, talk to him. A lot of people will be inspired, especially him coming back, winning a starting position this season. And now he's making plays. Now he's going to feel like like he's supposed to be there. And he is, because this is God's will. You understand? And Keon Coleman, man, with his first career touchdown, with only one catch on the night that I saw. No, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I saw one catch, and I thought he would have an impressive rookie campaign this season or as a rookie, but maybe he hasn't impressed Josh Allen enough. You know what I mean? You know, your receivers got to impress your quarterback. If the receiver don't impress the quarterback has no reason to be looking his way unless the head coach demands you throw the ball to him because he's a first-round pick. He makes a lot of money, and we need to get him involved. Now, the way Josh Allen is playing now, though, I really believe that Stephon Diggs was a big distraction to Josh Allen by demanding the ball so much. And, you know, instead of just letting Allen go out there and cook and be himself and do the dynamic plays and be himself. You know, Stephon Diggs is who he is. He has a big personality, likes to make a big production of things. And that's his energy he brings to the team. And I think that was a distraction a little bit for Josh Allen. And I think we're going to see a whole different Josh Allen with an MVP type performance week in and week out. So we're going to see, right? Don't count and no, don't think the Bills won't be there at the end of the season when it counts and they're trying to play for championships. And now the Bills don't have to worry about the Dolphins. They don't have to worry about the Dolphins anymore. They don't have to worry about the doggone Patriots. Who's left? Only thing they have to worry about is the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. How long Aaron Rodgers will last and stay humble on that team, who knows? And then the Jacksonville Jaguars. Another team I had high expectations for Trevor Lawrence, coming out of Clemson. He was phenomenal coming out of Clemson. I used to watch him, scout him, and I thought he was going to be terrific. But man, this whole Jaguars team is just awful. All the players out there look old and stiff, like they're running around. I don't see no speed nowhere, maybe here and there, maybe a little slot players, but just overall in the backfield on defense, on offense, there isn't enough speed. Everybody looks old and stiff, even though they're not that old, And this team is terrible, sitting at 0-2, coming into this game and having no urgency or fire in them, in the players, to make sure they win. When you're 0-2, that whole week of practice or in the locker room when right before the game, everybody's looking at each other, holding each other accountable, making sure you're going to do your job, whatever it takes to make sure we don't go out here and embarrass ourselves, come back home 0-3. That's one of the worst feelings in the world. As a man, we have more pride about ourselves than going 0-3. So that really does something to our dignity, our morale, everything. You know what I mean? And at times this is like you have to be able to create some type of hope as a team. That at times like this, that's what it's about. You have to be able to figure out some type of hope to keep you going. I didn't see any positive hope for the Jacksonville Jaguars. There wasn't no hope. I didn't see anything that led this team to think that we can build off this. And next week we're going to come back and be stronger, better, faster, and so on and so forth. Most of this had to do with the coaching. But we can't let the coaches get a pass. We got to get on the coaches, right? You know what I mean? after effort like this, it's everybody's fault. But it all starts with the coach. And Doug Peterson is the head coach. He's a great guy. He was on the coaching staff when I was an Eagle. He was the quarterback coach. So Doug Peterson, he's definitely going to take accountability for this one. But, that was just a terrible effort by the Jaguars. Another team, throw the whole team away. Another team just throw the whole team away, got dogged. But the game of the night, man, what we've been talking about, Jayden Daniels, baby. The game of the night. Let me take a sip of my little drink. You know what I mean? Some more green juice. This is the green juice. I don't want to tip. There we go. A little green juice. Just green juice. Healthy. Fruits from nature, baby. Not what they're making in these machines and stuff. This is from nature. You got to start taking care of yourself. Gonna preach that too. Say what needs to be said. We take care of ourselves around here. Health is wealth. Man, Jayden Daniels was impressive tonight, baby. That young man looked stupendous. And he beat Joe Burrow. That is a great feeling, right? Joe Burrow is supposed to be one of the best or maybe one of the best by the time he finished. But right now it seems like, he's just another quarterback. And Jayden Daniels beat Joe Burrow. He beat the fool out of Joe Burrow tonight. And the future is bright for Daniels and the Washington Commanders. Jayden Daniels is a dual threat quarterback, and dual threat quarterbacks are taking over the NFL. He's at the top of the chain as one of the dual threat quarterbacks right now. The way he's playing, he is very accurate in his passing. And when the game is on the line and pressure is coming towards his way, he's very poised in all those situations to help his team win. And that is a sign of a champion. That is a sign of an elite Hall of Fame quarterback right there. I don't know what happened with him at LSU and all those things, but whoever didn't draft him, whoever let him hit the transfer portal from their team and things like that, all y'all are fools. Maybe y'all didn't know how to coach and develop a quarterback, or maybe you just profiled him and said he doesn't have the tangibles that we need for him to be the type of player that we want because he's skinny and so on and so forth. Or you might not like the way he walk and talk and act and things like that. There's a lot of things going on, man, when you're talking about these man drafting another man. You understand? So it's all pride and ego. But Jayden Daniels, I'm so impressed by that young man. And we can't forget about head coach Dan Quinn in this first year. Give Dan Quinn another year or two to work on his defense, and they'll be tough to beat in the coming years. Hell, they're tough to beat now. And not just on the defense, just continue to add some more threats offensively and defensively. And now with Terry McLaurin will finally have a chance to thrive. After years and years and years of playing his whole entire career with different quarterbacks. You name it, Dwayne Haskins, RIP to Dwayne Haskins. That's the guy name that passed away, RIP, right? I hope I got his name right. But he's had a plethora of quarterbacks come through the Commanders as he's been there since 2019. And he has managed to gain over 1,000 yards each season since 2009. Well, his rookie season was like 900 and close to 1,000. But damn, that's 1,000. And to be able to do that with all these different quarterbacks, that says a lot about you. You are a dog. You are a go-getter. And with this rookie quarterback, I'm expecting Terry McLaurin. It's like, who keep messing his name? I'm expecting Terry McLaurin to be a 1,500-yard plus receiver this year. The better, and the more time him and Jayden Daniels be able to build chemistry, get to know each other, build confidence in one another. Man, this dual threat, these two dynamic threats together, they're going to be awesome there and tough to stop in the future. And I like what I see from these two. And he already sees it. Jayden Daniels already see that. He has tons of confidence in Terry McLaurin. He is ready to throw the ball up to Terry McLaurin anytime he sees one-on-one matchup. And he believes in his receiver. I liked it. I liked him a long time ago like I said, 2019 when he came out of college. But he kind of fell off the radar because of what I talked about. There's so many different quarterbacks coming in and out of that system over there. How do you expect someone to be able to keep performing? But he was gaining over 1,000 yards consistently. Now, the rookie of the year, the rookie of the year got to be Jayden Daniel so far. That thing is sold up. Ain't no so far. It should be sold up, especially on Monday Night Football with all eyes on Jayden Daniels. That was a great performance. Everyone's going to be talking about this all week. He comes next week and he plays pretty good. It's going to continue to grow. This man is a great player. He's very accurate and sharp in his decision making, and a dual threat quarterback. Hard to stop these days. The dual threat quarterbacks, they here to stay. I remember back in the days, they wanted the pocket passes because, like I talk about, the man picking these people. They picking these quarterbacks and these players, and they got in their mind what they think is going to be a player that a staple in the NFL, someone that they think this is how you need to be an elite quarterback. They come up with the rules. They ain't never played. They barely played, rather. And they played in these small towns where there ain't even no competition. They don't even get to see the elite type of football, but they can go on and scout and tell you how good and not good you are, and so on and so forth. But that's a whole different story. Now the Bengals, man. Bengals are another team. Man, what can we say? Another team that's underperforming this season. And the whole NFL world, including myself, we had high hopes for. Maybe Super Bowl, right? But it's the Bengals. Ain't nothing gonna change, even with Joe Burrow there. The defense ain't doing them no justice. Well, it's in the first half. Second half, they picked it up, but it ain't about the first half. It ain't about the second half. It's about 60 minutes. And as good as Joe Burrow is, like I say, that energy in the first half, it just wasn't urgent enough for the Bengals to keep up with the Washington Commanders. Now, in the second half, they played with the type of urgency they needed to win, but by then, it's too late. You understand what I'm saying? That's why when you play football, you understand when we playing football, the first thing that the head coach comes out and says, or the offensive coordinator, start fast. Don't come out the locker room drowsy like you walking out. Come out, start fast, come with that energy. Don't wait till the second half after you're down by 2 scores and so on and so forth. Now you're trying to ramp it up to get your energy back. No, go out there and start fast now. And that's how you have to understand. You have to understand these type of situations and elements in games. If you don't, you're just playing the game to play a game. There's a specific way you play games to win. And I know Joe Burrow thought this would be an easy game. Coming in here 0-2 against a rookie quarterback and the Commanders, who's been known to not be worth a damn. And that's what the NFL is about. NFL will surprise you any given Sunday. Jayden Daniels wasn't playing great the last 2 weeks, but he's a rookie. So each rep he take, each game, the different disguises he sees, different pressure he feels, that's going to make him better and better. He's getting better and better. So we don't know how he's going to do next week. He might go out and put on another hell of a performance. He was 91% completion rate, 14 for 16. And he was like 139 quarterback passing rating. And that was an awesome game for that young man. It's like he played so well. And I don't know if it's that he was a rookie and he played so well. Obviously, it was a rookie and he played so well. But I want to continue to watch that game. I want to watch him play more. I want to see a fifth quarter. I want to go out there and see him execute. I want to see him put in vulnerable situations, and he has to figure it out like he did on third down, 2 fourth downs, and things like that. And not one time did I see Jayden Daniels feel like he was nervous, feeling like the pressure was too much for him. He looked like he's built for these moments and ready for these moments. And He did his thing. He went out there and conquered against a really good team. A really good team, or supposed to be a good team in the Bengals. I don't know how good you can say they are thus far, but, you know. So that was Monday Night Football, man. Monday Night Football was going down. Yeah, man. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that like button. Shout out to the outside of sports. We in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, Antonio Pierce, man. Antonio Pierce, if y'all ain't seen Antonio Pierce, head coach for the Oakland Raiders, making comments about his players after an embarrassing loss, right? Now, that comment that Antonio Pierce made, the comments he was saying his players was making business decisions on the field. Now, let's break down the business decisions, because I know some people don't understand what business is. Now, a business decision, what it means, it's saying players making business decisions, right? He is talking about players maybe avoiding tackles if you're a defensive player, cornerback, myself, big 250-pound running back coming around the corner. You see other guys coming, maybe I step out of the way. Taking plays off, right? That could be offense or defense. You know, not playing hard. The ball go the other way. It's a pass play. You're a defensive tackle. You don't think you're going to get the sack, so you just come off the ball bullshit. And for a receiver, maybe it's blocking. Or maybe when the ball is intended for that receiver, he doesn't put any effort in his route. But he might be the decoy to open up another route. But he doesn't put any effort. Now you destroy the whole offense. Now, we're talking about receivers. And people are speculating that Coach Pierce is referring to Davante Adams. Is Coach Pierce referring to one person? Is he referring to multiple people? Or is he referring to Davante Adams? Now, after losing to the Panthers, everybody felt embarrassed after that loss, right? No one expected to lose to the Panthers. But you did. You lost. How do you deal with it when you lose? Adversity. As a head coach, a young head coach, what do? You don't go on the podium and make a rookie mistake. And that's exactly what Antonio Pierce did. He went on the podium and let his emotions get to him and made a rookie mistake by deciding to say, I'm going to point fingers at some of my team, at some of my players. He may not feel like he's pointing fingers, but that's exactly what's happening. You're pointing fingers at your players subliminally, right? And it's something that should definitely be handled internally when you have a big problem like that, especially effort on the field. If you have players taking plays off, you don't go to the podium and create tension between your team and your players by calling players out. Whether it's a player or a player. No matter how you may feel at that time, you know what I mean? Because that ain't going to do nothing but create a lot of tension. And these are grown men. Everybody's a grown man. We not kids. Now, as a coach, after a loss like that, you have to find different ways to hold your players accountable and how to keep those players motivated for a long physical and mentally draining season. What do you do as a coach? Because it's 5 to 6 months from preseason to the Super Bowl, maybe 7 months. That's a long time to be playing football. Y'all understand? Hitting each other every day, you know, putting on your cleats, running out there, having all these physical ailments you're having to deal with. That's a lot to deal with every day. Now, some players that are already paid or have guaranteed contracts are usually the ones who are hard to motivate. And that's another thing Antonio Pierce can be dealing with. You have all these high-paid players, and now they're not willing to go out there and do the dirty work for your team. They're thinking about retirement and what they're about to do on vacation in the offseason. And that's another reason you got to watch how you put your teams together. You put a bunch of superstars that's all paid and feel like they entitled, man, you're going to have a terrible team. That's the problem with the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody feels entitled. No one feels entitled to do their job, right? So, you know, the one thing you can't do as a coach is point fingers. That's the one thing you can't do. And I know a lot of coaches make that mistake, but it's not a way you want to lead your team. Don't start playing the blame game, man, because everybody start playing the blame game also. They will point fingers right back at you. And not only that, they go to GMs. Things will just get messy. And whoever, above you, above your pay grade as a coach, Antonio Pierce, the players, that person will find the players and they will create a whole thing about you and get you out of there. So, man, continue to do your thing, continue to build, but don't point the fingers. Don't do it. Don't do it. I wasn't impressed by that, Coach Pierce, man. But hey, if your players out there making business decisions, figure out a way to motivate them or replace them. Simple as that. Simple as that. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how this next Sunday pan out. We're gonna cover it next week. Now we got Hassan Reddick. If y'all know who Hassan Reddick is, ex-Eagle. This man has been holding out since training camp. And we're gonna get into this because this is a lot of money on the line that this guy is dealing with. Hassan Reddick, he's been holding out since training camp. And he's still refusing to report to the Jets after being traded by the Eagles. So far, Reddick has racked up about $8 million in fines, missed salaries, and punishment. And I thought I was a stubborn man. No, he got me beat. That is a stubborn man right there. But the thing about life in the situations, you have to learn how to maneuver. And you have to learn how to get creative to figure ways out and how to handle this situation or situations like this. One thing you cannot do, you cannot miss out on the money. You cannot miss out on the money. And the NFL, when you play in the NFL, let me tell you, it's like Disneyland. It can give you a false sense of reality. For players, if you don't think about the future or you don't think ahead, you think you'd be sitting in this false sense of reality for the rest of your life. And then boom, it'd be all over and no more checks. You know what I mean? And players feel like these checks will always be coming in because they've been collecting them for so long. That's just how the process and the mind work. You've been playing football. This is my routine every day. But one day it's gonna stop. And I know it sounds delusional, but shit, this is the process and the way players process things. And he can potentially end up in some legal issues if the fines and stuff like that outweigh his salary. And it's not a pretty situation. And going to court with legal issues and stuff like that will cost a boatload, tons of money. And all them fines gonna add up, man. It probably wouldn't be worth it, man. And let me tell you, that pride we got as human beings, that pride is a terrible drug. If you can't swallow that pride, you'll put yourself in a lot of banged up situations. And I don't know his situation. I'm not speaking about his situation particularly. I'm just speaking about the overall, him holding out and missing out on money. You understand what I'm saying? But let's get into this article because I think this was interesting. Let's get into this article of Hassan Reddick. All right, this article came out right before the game on last Sunday or Monday, whatever. It says, as the Jets season continues Sunday in Tennessee, the 5 meter on Hassan Reddick continues running. Reddick and the Jets have been unable to bridge their differences, and a deal doesn't appear anywhere close at this time, sources told ESPN. Missing Sunday's game against the Titans means Reddick will forfeit the chance to earn roughly another $800,000, bringing his losses this season in fines, unearned salary, and bonus forfeiture to about $8 million. Like I said, $8 million. If Reddick holds out all year, it will cost him approximately, y'all guess for me. Y'all guess. $21.75 million if he holds out the whole entire season. And the breakdown goes like this: $14.25 million in base salary. All you have to do is show up and you get that. You don't even really have to play. $4.5 million in fines. This money sounds like Monopoly, don't it? This is crazy. This is fines. $3 million in discretionary bonuses and forfeiture, which is the max amount that Reddick can lose in this holdout. Reddick has been holding out for a new contract, a statement that took a turn in August 12th when the two-time Pro Bowler pass rusher requested a trade from the Eagles. The Jets traded for Reddick on March 29th, sending a conditional 2026 pick to the Eagles. Reddick attended a introductory news conference with the Jets on April 1st and hasn't returned to the facilities since. Now, y'all heard my story. Y'all heard about me holding out the franchise tag and so on and so forth. That was like an $8 million franchise tag. I had a choice. I can hold out. I could let my pride get in the way, but that's $8 million. I knew it was guaranteed to also. But I wasn't going to miss out on that money. I'm gonna bark loud as I can. I'm gonna scream to the top of my lungs. Anybody want to listen to me. But when it's time for me to report, before that first check is issued, I'm gonna be there. How I'm gonna act? That's a different story. But I'm gonna be there to get my cheese. I'm gonna collect my money. Because you can never replace that. And we talking about, this is monopoly money, $21 million. He's fined $8 million. Jeez. He would have, if he would have been there so far, he probably collected $2-3 million by now. Now you're saying you'll potentially miss out on $21 million. Is that possible? I didn't think that was possible. I didn't think people would be that stubborn. Football players. But yeah, man, Jayden Daniels, man, most impressive player, rookie that I ever seen play in his first season. That was pretty awesome. I can't take nothing away from C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud was pretty impressive last year, and I knew he would be a pretty good player. But man, this was on a different level. It was on Monday night. It was against a good team, and the way he was executing just was a beautiful sight to see. He throws such a pretty ball. And just because you're skinny and small don't mean you ain't tough. I played with a lot of skinny guys that was tough, like Deshaun Jackson. When he first showed up to Philly, I was looking at him like, man, how are you going to last in this league? And he was tough as nails, no injuries and things like that. So it ain't about the size all the time. It's about the heart. It's about the heart and how you maneuver out there. So, yeah, man, I'm going to see y'all on Wednesday. Like I say, make sure y'all spread the word because we got some legendary shit happening on Wednesday. We got over 100 interceptions coming in the building. It's going to be Mr. Champ Bailey, baby. The legendary legend himself, Mr. Champ Bailey, Hall of Fame. And we're going to talk about football. We're going to talk about our interceptions, both of us having over 50 interceptions. What are you up to these days? What do you think of what is the perspective of the cornerbacks in today's game? Why isn't anyone intercepting the balls like we used to intercept the balls? We're going to break all these things down. We're going to get, when you come on say what needs to be said, I can't let you BS me. You got to speak the truth. So he ain't going to be on here, trying to sugarcoat things and things like that. He's going to tell you what he needs to say. That's how we're going to vibe. But it's going to be all fun, man. Life is good, man. Having fun. Yes, sir. The Jets had 7 sacks last game. It's going to be rough for Hassan. Yeah, they don't want to pay that bad as a 7 sacks. That's a tough deal. And then when you feel like you got people bagged up in your when you feel like you got the leverage on players or people in life sometimes in general, that's how the big dogs are. They use that leverage to wipe you out. And they see they have already $8 million in fines and things like that. They can use that leverage against him. Like you say, Like Leroy say, man, Leroy say 7 sacks. We don't need you, brother. We'll trade you right before the deadline, keep our fines on you, and still trade you. And life will go on. They won't care nothing about you. You understand what I'm saying? So that was Monday Night Football, man. Shout out to Jayden Daniels. Shout out to Mark Hamlin. Some great things going on tonight. See y'all on Wednesday with some legendary shit going down. Say what needs to